Hello? Happy Friday to everybody. When EE unboxing? Right now. Oh, you can hear my cats in the background. I literally the EEs were delivered like 15 minutes ago, and I just had to carry all 13 boxes upstairs from the mailroom. I guess we could start with that. Yeah, on the desk, I got Nightbot set up, so now you can do stuff if it works. It was working. Oh yes, it worked. Man bun content. No man buns. I always leave it down. It would be pretty funny though. As far as, oh here, now that I got the command set up, I can do exclamation point keyboard. But today I'm using Project DC. The music's a little loud. Using Project DC with it's built with the Pro 2 domes and sliders, and then the housings are from desk keys. And then it's got some Greg dyed blanks. Oh, it's missing 2 screws. Nice. So I'll do the EE unboxing first, and then I can show it again later if anybody missed. Oops. Okay. So this is literally the only one I've opened. There we go. So here you can see got a brown carry case. It's pretty similar to previous projects I've done. And then it's got a little Bow logo on the zipper tags. Just a regular black handle. Lagging. One second. Okay, so we've got the brown case. Hello, everybody. Hello, Dutch Master W. And it says, see you, cowgirl, someday, somewhere. Obviously from the show. And then up top. Yes, this is the EEAT, so it's whole thing's themed after it. And then this got a zipper pocket, brown interior, like a tan, and then we've got like a peach colored cloth with the stamping from the same thing as the bottom weight. Yeah, there'll be some extras. Yeah, so this is, when you unbox it, it'll come in here, but manufacturer ships them all in tissue paper, so that's up there. And then mid flap here, and then there's the keyboard. So this is the rose beige color. And keyless. So, yeah, looks like they turned out really good. Here's the bottom. So this one's got the copper and brass, so brass or copper here, brass here. So yeah, not gonna build it or anything, but did want to show it off since they literally just arrived. I'm gonna work on getting them packed up and shipped out this weekend. So hopefully group buy participants see movement on Monday or Tuesday. Orders. Yeah, it's not the highest typing angle. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the LX60 first. So here's the carry case. I did try to show it on Monday or Tuesday, but stream did not work, so hopefully it's a little smoother today. So it says Lumen Key LX, like 50, 10, so 60. Alright, inside. I already undid some of the packaging, but when you open it up, it's got a flap here that velcros and then holds all that stuff in, and then boards down here. Oops. So yeah. The name of the 60% true HHQB is the Project EC prototype. It's Topra 60%. So here's the LX60. So you can see I have the blackout colorway, wing keyless. Missing a foot. Where did the foot go? Had 4 feet before I put it away, so probably somewhere on the floor. Shouldn't matter on a desk mat too much. Stream works better in Edge. That's weird. But good, I guess. So, I've got some black inks to build in this guy. And I already did the stabilizers since I want to do 2 builds today. So you can start off with the showing off the PCB. So I got a hotspot PCB here. This one's not the tri mode, but it has the same layout compatibility. The solder is the same as well, so all 3, no matter which one you get, all the same. And then it's got split backspace, ISO and ANSI insert, split right shift, split left shift, 6.25 or 7U, all on one PCB. So you can see the bottom. It's got a Lumen key and LX, and then ribbon cable for the connector. And then aluminum plate here. So you can see the kind of relief cuts for the gasket mount, and then they also work for the dampened gasket mount. And then O-ring. It's a 55A O-ring. Fake mod. Robot mod doesn't know what it's doing. And then for the top gaskets, it's these little strips. Oh, there we go. So these just go into the top case and then kind of dampen against the plate. So I'm gonna try to do multiple multiple mounting styles in the build. But each kit will come with 4 of those, so There's all those. And then last up, if I can find them. Oh, look at that. There's spare feet, so I don't have to worry. And then the other ones are these little gaskets. So there. So this fits into the same thing that the little gasket strips fit into to keep the whole build aligned. And then it rests on this part, so lets you get a couple different feels and sounds with the board, which is kind of the goal with designing it. And then you got foam pack. Oh, let me zoom this out. Got like a foam pack and stuff. I'm not gonna use it because everybody knows what foam sounds like, but it's a good opportunity to at least try it. Thanks for all the follows, everybody. Okay. Sometimes I sell boards with feet. Alright. Stabilizers. I'm just gonna build it in the same way I build all my keyboards with split right shift and split backspace. Or I should say build all my 60s. So I'm going 7U bottom row, obviously, because wing keyless. And then, yeah, so that's straightforward, obviously. Put the plate on. And try and go pretty quick through this one, because I want to do all three mounting styles. And Pangea. I'm a little nervous, because I dropped off the other two Pangeas. I dropped off the other two Pangeas, and then they haven't updated since Monday, the tracking, so I'm a little nervous. People are having lagging again. Uh-oh. Dealing your gear since you got it. That's awesome to hear. Hope you're enjoying it. Like I said, these are Black Ink's aluminum plate. These are lubed, filmed, and spring swapped. I think with 205 and 60 gram TX long springs, I think. Never seen a plate fork in action? Yeah, it's nice for, keeps the plate propped up, and especially I found with Gatoron switches, they sometimes are a little harder to put in the plate, so when you're pushing them down, sometimes they push the whole plate down and don't actually clip in, so this pretty much just prevents all that. And then like the enter key, they have the hot swap socket rotated so that they can fit them all. Hello, when Cappy R2? It's gonna be short pre-order, so it's being worked on before the sale, so pretty much whenever we get closer to being done with them. But it'll have global vendors. Speaking of vendors, for LX60, we've got US Lubed. So Lubed and LumenKey pretty much organized it. Like LumenKey did the kit contents and stuff, and then Lubed was getting at least the content, like the promotion for US. And he kind of helped connect me to them and facilitated that, so that was cool. And then other vendors. Let me check. I don't want to get them wrong. Alright, so we've got the Keep store for Vietnam, Kuki in Indonesia, Agleton, Thailand, Rebuilt Keyboards in Malaysia, Fun Keys in Korea, Keys and Cables in Australia, Delta Kiko in EU, Prototypist in the UK, and then Lubed for NA. And starting at $140. So I think it's a really good price for what you're getting. That should be a pretty quick pre-order. I think they said 3 to 4 months for fulfillment. Hello, it's lagging. That's annoying. Let me see if I can turn down the quality settings a little bit so it is smoother. Try that. Yes, let's do that. Squirrely stub. I think my internet also just hates me. Is it like unwatchable again, or is it just like a little laggy? Yeah, I did restart the router and everything. The internet people came yesterday because like the whole building was having trouble. Five FPS. Well, if it gets really bad, I'll restart my router again and see if that helps. But I'm like hardwired in and everything. And like I did because last time it was so bad, I did like an internet speed test and the speeds were terrible. But I did one now and it was fine. Like expected. turned down the bitrate a little bit, so hopefully that'll help. I noticed like the internet definitely tanks when a lot of people get home, because like the whole building has the same internet, and it seems like I know it's not the same Wi-Fi, but for whatever reason it goes down during peak hours. If I could erase one switch from existence, what would I pick? One switch. I'm trying to think of a switch that like I really didn't like. I feel like all Texy switches. I don't really like Texy. Okay, so I'm gonna do the 4 gaskets first for the mounting. It also comes with like a screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, and then also a little Allen key for the case. I would guess most people have like a tool set, but if you don't, it's nice that it comes with one. Yeah, nobody likes Texy except Bio. I can't remember the last time I used a Texy switch. Is it really lagging again? Thought we were doing better. So then for the ribbon cable, you just pop it in here. And then close that. And there you go. And with these ones, you don't have to do anything else. You just put the little gaskets on with the big side down, and then just set it in the case. There's little cutouts to align it. Like there, you can see them. Makes it nice and easy. Then just throw the top case back. It's just got 8 hex screws on the outside. Black's a little bit of a finger magnet. Yeah, the Zaku, yeah. How long ago was that those came out? It was like 2 years, I feel like. Like since then, I feel like they haven't really released that many. Or at least nothing like as popular as the older Texys. Yeah, I feel like the quality control was just meh. And if you don't like long pull, you're kinda out of luck. What's one board you'd make someone build if you hate them? Oh, okay. What build? What did I built some like Velocifier keyboard or something, like Bubble 75 or something, and it was one of the most annoying keyboard builds I've ever done. So probably something like that. So there we go. Already all put together. And for keycaps, I just got GMK Crucian R2 for from Novel Keys. So I think I'll throw that on here. Place this foot also. Feet are just, they just pop in. So there you go. Gotta go grab the keycaps. I also got the macro rows, but don't need that for this, but XT boards. Easy way to make anyone hate themselves. Yeah, I don't need to do that again. Look at that. It's not even all out of whack. All these vendors dropping like flies, and somehow those people are still in business. Yeah, it's a good question on some. I think the thing with them is like they really only focus on keyboards, so it's hard to get caught up like some of the vendors that died when they had too many projects and not enough capability to fulfill them. So when you only have a couple of things going, it's a lot easier to stay balanced. R5 might be a little goofy on here because the typing angle is only 6 or whatever. But I had to use the new set. Should I put the caps lock in the right spot? Yeah, or the people in the pandemic boom. Definitely not a good strategy. There we go. Can't go wrong with black on black keycaps. I'm glad they ran around 2 for this keycap set. So here we've got the black inks on aluminum with the gasket block mount. So we can do a little typing test. And the mic's like right around ear level. So there you go, that's the gasket block mount, aluminum plate, black inks. I think the spacebar sounds nice here. It's nice and loud. Doesn't really have like a hollowness or anything. And the alphas are pretty consistent across all 3 rows. So yes, and I think we can swap it over to the O-ring mount. My breakfast kind of guy? Yeah, you betcha. Although, I'm not too good about eating a full breakfast every day. But I do like breakfast and breakfast foods. How about you guys? Do you guys like breakfast? I know it's kind of like the American trope to like not have a balanced breakfast. Then I'll throw the O-ring on. What IEMs am I using? Blessing Desk 2s. Blessing 2 desks. This is just like a normal gummy O-ring. Just wraps around the assembly. You just got to make sure it goes below the tabs on the plate. There you go. Oops. Breakfast usually consists of coffee and something to chew. Oh, there you go. Usually I have like a coffee, banana, and like a granola bar. But like on weekends, I like to make some eggs or something. Yeah, I've had these for a long time. Definitely a big fan. Okay, so here's the O-ring mount without the dampeners. Oh, there goes the screw. I feel like this week went fast. It's already Friday. It's fast for anybody else. Found the screw. There you go. This is with the gummy O-ring mount, same build, black inks, aluminum plate. Do a little sound test here. There you go. There's the regular O-ring mount. Oh yeah, it does sound like a busy weekend. Good luck with that. Ah yes, this is. Yeah, I think the gasket is a little brighter. And as far as feel, the O-ring's a little stiffer. But you could get a softer feel if you went with like a softer durometer, like a 30A or something. Because this comes with a 55. So then I can throw the top strips in. So the top strips still use the O-ring, but they let you get a little different sound. I think overall the gasket blocks are my favorite in this build, at least with these switches. I haven't had a chance to build it with any other switches yet. Then for the gasket strips, pop the top case off, and then you can see in here, maybe, yeah, in here they kind of just go into the little groove. So you just grab it, and then I find it the easiest to start on one side and just push it in with your finger. Once it's all flush, you know you're good to go. And there's just 4 of those around the edge. So these are similar gaskets to like what I used in OC62 and Oblique, but a different implementation. Did it actually get canceled? What do you mean, Chris? Oops, I'm totally not on the camera. I'm gonna cancel you. Yeah, so there you go. There you can see they're pretty easy to put in. And then you just leave the bottom the same, so leave the O-ring on there and everything. And just pop the top case on. But I'd say if you guys are looking for it 60% under $150. That's right. Under $150. I can't think of a better one to go with right now. And I'm definitely not biased. Definitely not. No, but I really do think that if you want a good 60% or for somebody you're trying to get into the hobby or something, it's a great jumping off point. You got a tri-mode capability depending on which PCB you get, tons of layout support for any build you'd want, a couple different mounting styles to try out, quite a few colors. You've got the full copper bottom if you want a full 2 kilogram 60%, which is just crazy. That's $240, which for that price, for what you're getting a lot of copper, that's for sure. That one doesn't have the wireless because it's going fully for the sound with the removing the battery cover and the battery compartments. Gias weighs 1.6 kilogram. So a little less than the full copper LX60. I'm not adding a mounting point. This mounting points as is are pretty much perfect, I'd say. Yeah, I think it's a steal for the price too. I'm personally going to be getting one of the copper bottom ones for myself. And probably at least another one to gift. No, I unfortunately don't have any copper ones to show off. But there's some pictures. Let me put some pictures. I can trade channel points for some shots. At 1:50 p.m. That's a wonderful idea. But for the copper one, the LumenKey Z Frontier page has some pictures, and then I think Looped, you have some pictures of the copper one on your website too, right? From LumenKey. But that's not going to go out to any streamers or anything. Yeah, so you can go look at the pictures on there. Plate file, yep, plate files will be available, so you can try out some other plate materials. The aluminum plate has the relief cuts like I was showing earlier, but then the plastic ones won't, because they don't need the relief. They're already soft without it. Channel points for 40%. You know, I've never actually owned a 40%. Believe it or not. Alright. We'll be going for cream. Ooh, cream with orange accent. That's a good combination. Alright, so we can do a little sound test here with the top O-ring strips, or the top strips plus O-ring. go. I'll do the mods. I think for me it goes gasket blocks, the dampened gummy O-ring, and then O-ring in terms of sound. Yeah, I think you're right. Except the spacebar. I think the spacebar here is good. But I agree, the mods aren't as full sounding as with the gasket. Do I wear headphones over my hair? Sometimes. Or no, well, no, I mean, I put them over my ear. Move my hair out of the way. But normally I use earbuds. Hello, Ken. How's it going? Happy Friday. Time to design a 40%. Oh, man. Okay. So that's the LX60. Here, I can link the page here. There's a lot of other content that's happened and will be happening for it. I think Lube has been posting that stuff in his Discord and stuff. There's the product page there. Can I add a 40% to the 10 boards you have designed to me and never proto? Hey, you should proto them sometimes. Do your keys have dings and scratches? Yeah, it happens, unfortunately. This one actually does right here. It slipped right off the shelf, but you know, still a keyboard, still works. So now I can do Pangea. So we have a kinda C colorway today. Kinda. I say that because the only thing that's different is it doesn't have the bedrock, or not the bedrock, the patina top frame or bottom weight. It's got a PVD and stainless steel, so that's the only difference with the case. You can see the canvas, or the, what do you call it, blue spray coating. So it's super smooth. I'm a big fan of it. And then for switches, I have some samples of Gatoron switches or modern grays from Swag Keys. So I don't know which one to do. These would probably be a little louder on the PP plate because they're a little long pull. So I was kind of thinking these because I haven't done a long pull build stream yet. And I just like the switches. The Swag Keys modern grays. And I already have the stabilizers done for this too, luckily, because I don't want to do 8 stabilizers again. Am I lagging again? Awesome. It was doing pretty good. Hopefully it goes back to not lagging. But in case you haven't seen any other streams or content, here's the PCB, the hot swap PCB. So PCB is 2 separate parts. It is designed by Gondo. The wonderful Gondo. So I don't have one of the other numpad PCB. Yes, I do. Yeah, so the hot swap PCB will come with 3 pieces. So it's like this. So you've got the southpaw normal and then the TKL PCB. So kinda, we weren't able to get it all in one, but we still wanted everybody to be able to build both. So when you buy the hot swap PCB, it comes with both numpad PCBs, and then you just connect it to the TKL one with the ribbon. So you'll be able to do both without having to buy anything extra. and he uses the same plate. So you use the same numpad plate on either PCB. But I'm gonna do the normal layout today. There we are. Stabilizers. Oh, Gondo, you were silenced by Nightbot. Oh, there you go. Yeah, awesome PCB. Oh yeah, I forgot to show off the bottom. Here's the bottom. This is what Gondo, this magic really shows. How's it going, Gondo? Happy Friday. You guys are both getting muted by an iPod. Maybe I'll have to mess with the settings. Wow, I just read what you said, Clownfish, and Nightbot is silencing you. For silencing Gondo. But anyways, here's the PCB. So it's got a red solder mask. The hot top has white sockets. And then we got a black FR4 core, 1.6 millimeter thickness, gold pads, no nonsense, no cuts or anything like that. And you can see all the beautiful traces here. Then you got the Gondo Bull logos. Pangea PCB, or PNG-H PCB, signed by Gondo Lindrum for Bull. You know Pangea, right? No, is that one of those Insta models? And then you've got the ribbon cable connector on both sides. JST. Oh yes, the white sockets on the red, just they pop off. Pop right against the solder mask. And then here's the top again. What's a socket menu? Yep, Kale. Yes, thank you, Mr. Gondo. And then, oh yeah, and then you can see like on the hot top one, we've got the pre-soldered LEDs. So, got your caps lock indicator, and then no scroll lock indicator because it would get in the way of our traces for this. Plus, I don't know anybody that uses scroll lock. But on the numpad, you got the numpad LED indicator built in. And the solder one, they're not built in, but they have the, you can just use a regular LED and solder it in. And here you can also see you got the same two ribbon cable connectors. So there you go. Put in some stabilizers. Yep, yeah, they are interchangeable. They should work in almost any 60%. Any 60% with the JST. Those are also by Gondo. He makes some of the best PCBs, that's for sure. Uh-oh. I think my camera overheated. Yep. Well, that's not good. Doesn't help that it's so hot in here. I'm gonna go turn a fan on and hopefully cool it down. My camera's overheating. That's what's happening. It's like 78 degrees in here. Because I don't have AC in the office, and it's 84 degrees outside. So hopefully it makes it. I turned a fan on. I'm overheating as well. I think it'll make it. To be fair, it's been like an hour without stopping. Yeah. Yeah, it still feels like summer, even though it's late September. But I think it's supposed to cool off next week finally. At least I hope so, because I'm ready for fall weather. Sorry if it's a little louder now with the fan and everything, but okay. Storm later today. It stormed last night and it still was hot today. Unbelievable. Still hoping USPS will. So I dropped off the Bedrock and Glacier Pangeas on Monday, and they never got scanned since then. They're still not. So that's awesome. I really hope they didn't lose them, because that would mean that we wouldn't be able to get any content on them, and I'd have to send LX60 one of the, probably like the raw prototype, which wouldn't be ideal. Or I could send him this one, but it's not the full, doesn't have the patina and everything. These switches are bag lubed with 3204 because I was rushing to lube them before the stream last Tuesday, around Tuesday, and I didn't end up using them anyways, but I feel like switches like this bag lube just fine. This is a PP plate, by the way. instead of using my hand. That's pretty true. Yeah. Now you guys all know my secret. I will say, normally I use a brush. Just not on this. But I don't think it really matters how you do it as long as you like it. Well, I guess unless you're doing it for other people. But if it's for yourself, it doesn't matter. Glad I finally set up Nightbot. Since people are using it. Still got to figure out what keycaps to use on here. Any ideas? I have like GMK 1520, which would probably look pretty good. Because I think the blue in there would match the blue on the case. EEHE soon. Do you mean shipping? Or question, Pangea will be available standard in Southpaw? It is interchangeable. So you can do either one with the same case. Whichever one you like. And you don't have to buy anything extra, just the base kit. I'm gonna make a YouTube video this weekend showing the swapping and post that, so okay, that's definitely a well, the video should have, actually it'll have like a sound test and other stuff also, but the main thing I want to show is the swapping so that people understand it before purchasing, or just how they want to see it. How's the seal? Oh, the seal's nice. The seal's good, it's a good full size. It's not Southpaw though. I have it built back there, I can go grab it. It's definitely got more of the top mount sound than Pangea, like it's got a little resonance in the, especially the mods, but, or the top mods, but that, I don't know, I feel like I've never heard a good sounding Afro. Pangea's not great either, or not 100% the same as the alphas. What's my favorite Switch of all time? See, gorgeous board. I wish I could find. I would be happy to release files for a blocker, so people could 3D print it or get it made. Or I think a 3D printed blocker would work pretty good. Yeah, I can throw some files up to that. Oh yeah, sorry. Favorite Switch of all time. Definitely like MX blacks, milky yellows. Like if you're talking about ones that are just readily available in like a classic. I also like most Gatoron switches, most cherry switches. It's pretty much what all I use. Ah, Texie, yeah. Mega fan. No, I don't like Texie, don't really like JWK, don't really like... What other ones are there? I don't know, I mostly just use cherry and Gatoron, to be honest. But I can see why people like the B-Sun and SWK and HMX. Don't exactly know where the JST cable went for this, so I might just not actually build it. It's somewhere in a box with the other PCBs, but yeah, GAT XR3, that would be nice. I do like GAT X's. I have quite a few builds of those. Finding 3D print. Yeah, a lot of people. I know there's like a lot of 3D printing services too. It'd be cool to work with somebody to do like a resin one. It can't be connected to like the top frames at all because of the swapping. So like that's why I didn't just make this solid. And you have to be able to get at this screw. So it'd have to somehow be able to pop in or out so that you can still disassemble the keyboard. But if it was like a, it'd be pretty cool if it was like a just a magnetic 3D printed top plate, and then the bottom part could like clip into the plate like a switch. Okay, there's that. And then I've got some gaskets up here. Hopefully, oh, that's not all the gaskets I need. I'd have to go find again. Oh. Maybe I do. I think I got one. So yeah, so these just go with the big side down, little side on top. They kind of act like they have similar mounting point style to like a top mount, but they let you customize the feel. So like a 90A, the stiffest one, which they all come with the kit. You get 30A, 60A, and 90A in the kit. But the 90A kind of is more like a top mount feel and sound. So if you're a big top mount fan, there you go. And then the 60 and 30A are a little softer, so they have a little bit softer, like they give the whole thing more of a give. So like, yeah. And the 30A is definitely the softest feel, so like you'll get the whole assembly will flex, which is kind of my favorite type of feel. I like when the whole build flexes more than just like an individual switch, which is why I like leaf spring mounts more than like flex cut PCBs, because those tend to have just like you press this key, just that one will flex, but I like when the whole thing bounces. Plenty of machine shops around. I've got some aluminum laying around bound. Oh yeah, for sure. There you go, just pop in the C colorway. This isn't exactly C, but it's close, yeah. It's the C coating, but the frame and bottom weight are a little different. How does the sound change much with the gasket? Yeah, yeah, it definitely changes a bit. So like the harder drummers, like 90 and 60, they'll give you more of they're a little higher pitch sounding and a little, like the 90 especially, it doesn't dampen the build as much, so like you hear more of the switch, in my opinion. And then like the softer ones can be a little deeper sounding. But I found overall the board is pretty poppy sounding, pretty loud. A little on the higher pitch side, which is what I prefer, so that's kind of how I designed it to be. Seem to have. Oh, never mind. Thought I lost a screw, but forgot I put this one in. There we go. I'm thinking GMK 1520. Oh, hey, Drifty Bunnies. How's it going? I saw Clara sold out pretty quick. Do you think the GB's hit MOQ yet? I'm not sure. Don't know how the other vendors have sold. It's selling well on my website, for sure. Four boards left, so that's not a lot of boards. So I take it sold out well. Go see if I can find some keycaps here. Still no HHKB keep Pangea. That one I sent to Korea, so they're gonna have some content. I'll post it whenever I get the links. Sad there's no PayPal. Yeah, me too. I'm sad that they're so aggressive. I wish I could offer, but they have a lot higher fees than any other processor, and they also like aren't afraid. It's not really conducive for pre-order sales because they like hold funds for months, and like, yeah, they really just are not nice. If I go to in stock, which is kind of the plan, then I would be more inclined to offer PayPal, but they really aren't nice to vendors. I got some pictures of the HHKB one as well. I'm gonna be posting. But yeah, I wish I could do PayPal, but it just hurts us a lot. Oh yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of keycaps here. I feel like this set isn't exactly meant for a full size, like with the shortcuts and stuff, but definitely this blue match is pretty close. Looks pretty nice, I'd say. After I'm done with this build, I'll show the E again. So I kind of showed it right at the start. The plan is to go through them this weekend and hopefully get them all shipped out early next week. We've got everything in hand now for to fulfill. Diet exclusively water, huh? What's the Hyper 7? There's definitely a lot of good keyboards coming out. Nice thing is, it's quite a few different layouts, so you can kind of get one that you want. Not too many like 60s or TKLs all at once. Keyb life wiped out. Oh yeah, that's fair. I'm always a fan of traveling though, so that was a good exchange. I wish I could have made it to Cube Life, but it was the timing kind of killed it for me. Being right at the end of summer. But I'm traveling to the Spanish meetup in less than 2 weeks. Wow. Oh, that big thing. When is that coming out, or did it already? Having to narrow it down. Oh, I can put the indicator. I think this set has an F13. There it is. Stuff to put over the other side. Let's see. Let's pick these. Some of you guys are crazy with the multiple Pangeas. I hope your desk can handle the mass. There's been a couple multi-Pangea orders. I guess I can't speak. I had 6 Pangeas on my desk. What's really shocking is the amount of Winky orders. I think all but like 2 or 3 are Winky. Okay, so there's the build. GMK 1520. Themed after the calculator. And the Kinda C Pangea. With SW Modern Grays on a PP plate with cherry clip-in stabilizers. Let's pause the music. Oh wait, microphone. Here's. So there you go. I'm a fan of the plastic plates on here. It's nice and loud, which I like. Yeah, the alphas. They definitely pop here. And like the numpad sounds almost identical to the rest of the keyboard. There's no hollowness or anything, which is nice. Now you want though. Sorry? Sorry, I bet you were punching the air when I added a 5th color. Is this Pangea? Yes. This is Pangea full size. In the normal configuration. And I can show the... Thought this was going to take longer to build all these, to be honest, but I'll show swapping the numpad. While I'm here. So I think that is like the coolest, or like the biggest difference about this board versus other full sizes. I can grab the seal also. Shall grab the seal first. So here's the seal. It's brown with brass and I'll put it on the desk pad. This is with scatter-on sleeve switches on aluminum plate. So the seal's top mount. Got a huge brass weight. I'd say it's a little heavier than Pangea. And it's F12 with the little blocker here, or key. This can also be a key. Yes, Kev Kobo, this can be southpaw or normal. No extra parts. The other one's a seal full size from TKD and Sensi. Now I'm going to swap it over to southpaw. Not going to rebuild the numpad or anything, but... Oh, forgot where my holes are. Over here. Yeah, it's nice to see full size, and I'm glad I was able to get my hands on a seal. I think they're releasing it. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on any of that. Oh, thank you. I'm glad people are liking Pangea. Been in the works for a while. Gonna come over tonight? What? Quite the flight. Hop on the next flight. Keyboarder and Squirrely Stub are coming on Sunday to work on EEAT. I think this might be the first time I've had keyboards delivered and all the boxes were delivered the same day. Because there's like 13 boxes, and normally FedEx will deliver like 5 one day or something like that. But they all came today. And the FedEx guy he didn't look too happy. Do I just vendor for my place? Yeah, for now. Plan is once it becomes more keyboards, because like 50, like EEAT is only 50, so doesn't take up much space, and I have shelves and everything. I have a whole separate spare room just for keyboards, so I can keep everything organized and stocked up. But yeah, the plan is I would like to move to a warehousing space next year. But for now I don't really need to, because I have the whole dedicated space for it. And it keeps costs down, because like to rent a warehouse, especially in the group buy, like I'm only fulfilling stuff at least right now like 4 times a year, so it doesn't really, it would be kind of silly to have a warehouse and pay for 12 months of the year. So I just took out the 8 screws for the top frame, and those sandwich in the middle TKL numpad frame. So then to swap it, just take the top frame off, and you take out this one, and this one just slides over. And you put the TKL one back in, and then you just rotate this 180, and there you go. And just make sure everything's aligned properly. Oops. There we go. Okay, just flip it over. Start screwing this back. Pangea competes pretty well for best custom full size ever, I think. Oh, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Is this tadpole mount? It's a little different. It's these little gaskets I designed. So they have a lot. Here, let me show it. It's quite a bit different, I guess. Like so they have a big bottom here. Oh, let's focus here. Okay, so they have 2 parts. So the main difference between this and the tadpole is that this actually fully isolates the plate. So like in a tadpole, the top of the plate still touches the top case. So I wanted to fully isolate it to prevent any like resonance and vibrations transferring to the case from the plate. And then also it's a little bigger, so it's got a little bit more space to kind of spread out and dampen the plate. Yeah, isn't the Pangea also kind of crazy expensive to manufacture? A lot of CNC time for those frames and such. Surprised it's pricable at this given the amount. Yes. Yeah, it's very expensive. Definitely a lot higher than other projects that I've had quoted. But yeah, I'm glad we were able to get it made at all. Because, like, it's definitely got a lot of pieces. Like, it's 9 pieces. Like, all those have to be individually CNC'd, individually finished, and QC'd. There we go. There's something really goofy here. It sounds like Pangea is going to be a big one. Yes. I hope so. Will you get all the units, or will the other vendors get theirs straight? They'll get them straight from the manufacturer. But the manufacturer does their own QC and everything. I think something got between the frames here, so I'm going to take this back out. Just want to make double sure. Yeah, so the other vendors, so what happens is the manufacturer, STR, they QC multiple times throughout the process. So when I went to visit them, they showed me the whole process and the whole QC. So they're QC'd. First, the parts are QC'd before they go into finishing. So like after they're off the machine, they'll be QC'd once. Then they go to surface finishing, so that's sandblasting and then either anodizing or coating. And then each part after finishing is QC'd. And then once it's fully assembled, they're QC'd one last time. And then they're boxed up and sent off. And then the vendors will do another check over and then off to you guys. But it wouldn't be really efficient to have them all go to me, because then I'd have to send them all. But yeah, it was really cool to see their whole QC process and have them tell me about the plan for my keyboards. And this top frame was just there's a little bit of stuff in between the two, so that's why it was sticking out. Got it all straightened out now. Yeah, so it's a pretty standard process for all manufacturers, but I'm definitely happy with how they prioritize consistency and quality. And the vendors also have to like pack the orders, so like PCB, if you got hot swap or solder, you know, stuff like that. And then to switch these, you literally just, so you disconnect this cable, the ribbon cable, and switch it to the other side. But I don't have the JST plugged in, so I'm just gonna take it out. But yeah, you'd swap it over, pop it in there, pop it in the other side of the PCB, and then just throw these in here. And then this is all done, so pop that down. Looks like I have to take some keycaps off. Forgot to take some keycaps off. Hey, thanks for checking out the stream. Have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. Alright. So there we go. It doesn't have regular PCB because of the cutouts for the screws. So it does have a custom outline. Well, and the numpad. Numpad PCB wouldn't be able to connect to a H88. Dropped a screw down there. Oops. Did I ever consider having that? That wouldn't. It would have been problematic with, because then you'd have two daughter boards, and then it wouldn't. It would. You'd need like two connections to the PC, and it would recognize those different things. So we didn't really consider that because of the. Well, and then it would be two microcontrollers, which would be a lot more expensive. So we kind of. This was the idea the whole time, pretty much, I guess. Yeah, exactly. And this way it kind of works like any other kind of break-off board, like a LED or something, because it's just the numpad PCB doesn't actually have any microcontroller or anything. So then if you need to like flash the board, all you have to do is flash the main one, and then the numpad just connects after that. Alright, so we can put some keycaps back. But yeah, that's all you gotta do to swap it around. It's just some screws and then swapping some parts around. So personally in Southpaw I like to have my numpad built mirrored, but just for the sake of showing it, this works. So the internals are all kind of complicated to make sure that everything can be swapped like this. But it all works out pretty well, if I do say so myself. So there we go, all switched over. And it sounds like identical in both configurations. Yes, you can go to sleep. This is pretty much the end of stream. So yeah, there you go. That's the Pangea and the LX60. Pull the LX60 back up. Kinda used two similar keycap sets today. And then I'll show the EE one more time before hopping off. So yeah, the EE comes in this big case here, you know, brown. And this is the rose beige color. It's real heavy. Got the full brass and copper. There'll be a couple extras, yeah. I'll announce those details on the Discord before they happen. So yeah. Yeah, the whole thing is actually the copper and brass, so it's real heavy. Project DC when? Good question. Here it is. Problem is we got two other 60s coming after Pangea Fullsize, so we'll have to have a little break on 60s before revisiting. Yes, you did. Here it is. How's it going? Yeah, we got Pangea Mini and then Oblique shortly after. Pangea Mini will be group buy, but it'll have quite a bit of customization. So that's why we did group buy, so that it can, people can get built configurations that they want, because in stock you can't really do that. And then plan would be to try and do an in-stock Pangea after with the more popular combinations, and then Oblique will be in stock, and both will have worldwide vendors, and I'll be the US vendor. Pangea Mini, yes, 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 yes. Prototypes are being made now, so the plan, they should be finished in 6 to 8 weeks. Because they're making a whole bunch of them, because that'll be the content ones right away too. continent. That's a pretty good idea. It's got some similarities to the full-size, but it's different mounting, quite a bit different. But it's the same theming and overall style, so yeah. I guess does anybody have any other questions about anything I built or anything else? I should name them Pangea Mini Pangea. Why? Also, the integrated cable 60 is cool. Is that shelved? Chris? Maybe he has an answer. Yeah, it's got to have another revision to the weight. But otherwise, like the internals and everything, it works well. We didn't have any cats interrupting stream today. I think, yeah, there she is. CJ. Sleeping. Cat nap. Okay, well, if there's no other questions or anything, I will let you guys have a good rest of your Friday. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ping me in Discord or DM. Always happy to chat. But yeah, have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Can I post more cat pics in the Discord? Yes, I can try. Good night. It's the middle of the afternoon, Chris. Wake up. Yeah, I should definitely take more cat pictures. But yeah, have a good Friday. And I'll probably be back streaming next week with the LX60.